Hello. I'm Mr. Jorgensen. I'm a history teacher here at Indian Education here at Tulsa Public Schools. You're going to be learning about the Landrun of 1889 soon. What I would like to share with you is that some of the information that was told about Indians during this time was not correct. Let me give you an example. Here's the seal of the territory after the Landrun. When they adopted the seal, this is what they said. Behind the Indian is a scene depicting the barbarous nomadic life of the Aborigine teepees. The word barbarous means uncivilized, savage, and primitive. The seal goes on to say, behind the white man is civilization. And it talks about what civilization is in this order. 1, a farmer who's plowing. 2, a rural home. 3, a railroad train. 4, manufacturing. 5, schools. 6, capital. 7, cities. Well, let's explore that information on the territorial seal from the Indian point of view. They said Indians didn't have a farmer plowing. You will notice that the Muskogee Creek Nation Indian flag has a plow. In fact, the Muskogee had been farming for hundreds and hundreds of years before the United States. They even had 2 small farming cities that had large mounds where the chiefs lived. One was at Elkmulgee, and the other was at Etowah. The Choctaw, too, had been farming for generations, and at a city near Tuscaloosa, Alabama, it's now called Moundville. The Cherokee had several cities with mounds, including one called Niquosi. The Chickasaw had a city, and the chief mound was called Chocolissa, where the city of Memphis is. One important tribe in this state that has their shield on the state flag is the Osage Indians. The Osage had probably the largest city in what is now called Cahokia, where they built St. Louis. Number 2, they said Indians didn't have rural homes. Well, back during those mound village days, houses were built out of adobe. Eventually, the Indians started building log cabins like other Americans. Here's a Cherokee one. Here's a mansion built by Choctaw Chief LaFleur in Mississippi, long before the state of Oklahoma. Here's Choctaw Chief Gardner's house at Broken Bow. The Muskogee Creek Indian, who was a successful cattleman, Hugh Henry, built his house and they named Henrietta after him. And the grandest of the old Indian houses still standing is the Cherokee Chief Van's house. Number 3, they said Indians didn't have a railroad train. Well, the Choctaw had a railroad company and had a fancy train station at McAllister. Number 4, they said Indians didn't have manufacturing. Well, the Muskogee Creek Indians had so many businesses that the city of Muskogee had a paddle boat service. The most famous creek town, Tulsa, had just a bunch of oil. The Choctaw, Chickasaws, Muskogee, and Cherokee had coal, nickel, and lead mining companies. Number 5, they said Indians didn't have schools. The year of the Landrun, the federal government recorded 110 public schools among the Cherokee. That's not counting colleges. The Choctaw had 170 schools. The Muskogee Creek had 36. But by 1900, the Cherokee had 124 schools. The Choctaws had consolidated theirs to 124, and the Muskogee Creek had grown to 60, including Tulsa. If you counted all the tribal schools, there would be over 300. That means that statement about us not having schools is wrong 300 times. Number 6, they said Indians didn't have a capital. Well, here's the Cherokee capital in Tahlequah, the Choctaw capital in Tuskahoma, the Muskogee Creek capital in Elkmulgee, and the Chickasaw capital in Tishkamingo. All of Oklahoma was supposed to be the Indian home as long as the grass grows. That was the promise by President Andrew Jackson before he forced the tribes on the Trail of Tears. The Landrun was just a part of that story. Some, if not a lot, of the information about Indians was incorrect. When you run on the grass, remember that planting flags with incorrect information is not the whole story. Yakoki. Thank you.